Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Avery and today's video is going to be a weekly spending report. So what I spent this week, how I feel about it, and anything of note that I have to say about it. Before we move on, I do have a couple announcements. One, I did change my name, or I'm slowly in the process of transitioning my name on this channel from Avery's Money Moves to Everybody Budgets. I really have just been thinking about this for a while. Avery is kind of doesn't really flow well with a lot of things. So I really like the idea of everybody budgets because to me, if everybody is budgeting, we all are doing a lot better with our finances and feel a lot more confident and secure in what we are trying to do in life. That's kind of the basic of why I wanted to change it. So you might see I still have both names in like my name, but like my handle is changed to Everybody Budgets. So yes, welcome to a different phase of my channel. But in general, it's going to be the same content. If anything, I might make better content at some point, but right now I'm still continuing on with what I'm doing. My second announcement is I've created an Instagram. I mentioned that in a previous video, but if you want to follow it, I changed the name on there to Everybody Budgets, so I'll leave an updated link down below. Okay, so let's talk about this week. How did this week go for me? Well, I spent a lot, and I feel like I spent a lot last week. So these last few months, I've really just been spending a lot of money. There is this concept of like savings is just delayed spending, and I'm really embracing that concept right now because that is essentially what I've been doing. I was in a mode of saving a lot, I feel like earlier in the year on various things and getting ready for things, but now it's time to just spend all the money, and it can be kind of stressful, which you'll see here, but in general, since I made a plan for it, I am not as worried about it as I'd be as if I was just spending money on the fly on unexpected things. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So since it was a very spendy week, I have a lot of transactions. So I'll try to go through this quickly. But my first transaction is my spin studio membership. So cycling came out for $119. This comes out monthly. So I don't really have anything to say about this too much. It is an unlimited monthly ride or like unlimited rides or visits to the studio, which is really nice. So $119 for that is not the worst, especially if I'm using it consistently, because this is actually a discount on the typical price, which is $169, I believe, or maybe $179 now, but they give me a discount through my employer, which is really nice. Also on September 11th, I spent $9.99 on ice cream, just as a little treat for myself. So I did get some ice cream. Those were all my expenses for September 11th. On September 12th, I did go to Starbucks for $4.75. I didn't write it down on this transaction. Yes, I went to Starbucks multiple times this week, but I do write down what my basic order is if you're interested, since I find it interesting to see what people order from Starbucks. But yeah, $4.75 on that. I also called the groomer on September 12th and I set up the puppy's first grooming appointment. So I have a 3-month-old dog named Cece. She's a Shih Tzu, and she is getting a puppy grooming appointment, or like puppy's first groom. So it's not like a full-blown grooming, but basically they are going to, they're going to like give her a bath, get her used to like the whole process of grooming, give her like a little bit of a trim, but we're not trying to like, shave her down or anything like that. And she's also just not ready for that. It's more so about getting them comfortable to going to the groomers. But it did require a groomer deposit of $25 that'll go towards the cost of grooming. This dog is costing me a lot of money, but I think I knew that. But it's kind of interesting how much expenses are there at the beginning. Maybe I'll do a full video on this at some point, but yeah. Also on the 12th, I spent $12.46 at the Kroger pharmacy. This came from my medical category. These are just some basic prescriptions that I get. On September 12th, I did make a fill up at the gas station. Gas prices are going up around here, which is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is, I guess. You can't not buy gas if you have to drive your car somewhere. So I spent $39.92 on that. On September 13th, I went to a concert on this day. So we're going to start to see like a little bit of expenses related to going to a concert. I actually went to 2 different concerts this week, and I bought tickets to a 3rd concert. So I'm really just in my music era, or my live tour era. So that is what we're gonna start seeing here. So for dining out, this was actually from a 7-Eleven, but I just put it in dining out because we just bought a couple fountain drinks, but this was $2.99. That was on the 13th. Also on the 13th, I bought a coffee because it was kind of a late night. We were doing a lot of traveling because I had to travel to Pittsburgh to go to this show. And I don't live in Pittsburgh, and I also had to like drive and pick up a friend. So there's a lot of driving is my point. So we didn't get home until late night. So I needed a coffee in nighttime so I could make sure I'd stay awake. So that was $4.19 from Panera Bread. We ended up going to Moonlit Burgers in Pittsburgh. If you are ever in Pittsburgh, or maybe there's other locations of this, I definitely recommend trying it. I spent $20.95 on it, and I got a smash burger, a drink, and a fries. My recommendation would be, if you're with someone else, to buy one thing of fries and just split it. It was kind of too much for just one person, in my opinion. And then the burger was really good. My favorite type of burger is a smash burger. I really don't like the big clunky burgers that people like to make and eat. So I love a good, like, simple smash burger. I think those taste the best. So I really enjoyed this place. Moving on from that, I made a purchase on Amazon for Pilates socks. So this came out of my health, beauty, and clothing category, and it was $13.96. I also spent, so this is where it comes in. I ended up buying Lana Del Rey tickets, which was a big struggle because when they first went on sale, they were sold out basically, which is always a lie because, Ticketmaster is a liar, but like, I'm not a big fan of Ticketmaster, but, I did end up finding some decent priced ones on resale. We're going to be in the general admission pit, so it's as close as you can possibly get to the performer in like the arena. So I think the tickets are great, and for what we paid for them, because this is the price for 3 tickets, I actually don't think it's that bad in my opinion, but I don't know. I've been trying to get Taylor Swift tickets too, so what do I know? I clearly don't have a great gauge on the price, a fair price of a ticket anymore. But the total price for 3 of them was $1,017.35. This is coming out of fund money. I'm not paying for all 3 tickets, although it did go on my credit card to start with. I have this little asterisk here, which is indicated over here, that if I have an asterisk on here, I'm just going to be reimbursed for a portion of it. So I'll get reimbursed for 2/3 of it. In relation to that, since we spent so much money, I decided to get ticket insurance for $76.29. So same thing, I'll get reimbursed for 2/3 of that from my sister and her friend. On September 13th, I also went to Starbucks. We definitely spent too much money at Starbucks this week, but it was just one of them weeks. So at Starbucks, here's the order I've been getting lately. I get a venti iced coffee, no classic syrup, extra splash of heavy cream, 4 pumps of vanilla syrup, and 2 pumps of brown sugar syrup. Give it a shot. I recommend it. It tastes pretty good. And it's not like a ton of calories either, compared to some of their other drinks, like signature drinks or special drinks. So something to keep in mind. But that did cost me $4.55, and it came out of dining out. Moving on from that, on September 14th at Starbucks, I spent $4.75. It was the same order. It was just a different price because I went to a different location. Also on the 14th, I went to a bakery that I'd always wanted to go to on the way back from the concert, or on the way back from my friend's house, because I stayed the night at my friend's. So I ended up trying it, and it was just okay. That's my official opinion. I'd seen the signs for it off the highway for a super long time, but I'd never been there, so I really wanted to try it. And my opinion on it is it's just okay. So I'm glad I know that now, and I don't have to stop again. But it was $10.57 for some donuts and some coffee. On September 14th, my Straight Talk phone subscription came out, so that was $37.23. I just pay for the 10 gigabyte plan. I've considered upping it to the unlimited plan, but I'm lazy and I forget, so every single month I just end up having the 10 gigabyte plan, so it is what it is. Moving on from that, on September 14th, I had to pay for a toll. This was actually like around midnight of September 14th, but it cost $8 to get through a toll road after the concert. On September 15th, I had another concert. I ended up seeing, I guess I should say who I saw. So earlier in the week, I saw Julia Jacklin in Pittsburgh, and she was at the Andy Warhol Museum, and that was very, very beautiful performance. A very intimate performance, because I've never been to a concert or a show inside of a museum before, so it was quite the interesting experience. And then on September 15th, I went to the Janelle Monáe concert, which I also really enjoyed, and was a very different concert compared to Julia Jacklin, although they both have J names now that I'm thinking about it. But I enjoyed both of them a lot. Janelle's was very high energy, and the crowd was really into it, so that was also really nice. But Julia's was very emotional, so cried a lot during it. But yes, on September 15th, my friend came into town and we got Blaze Pizza for $17.56. It was my half of it. Also on September 15th, earlier in the day though, I got my Starbucks. It was the usual plus the nice lemon cake, so that was $8.70. On September 16th, that Saturday, I wasn't feeling amazing, but I ended up going to the grocery store to pick up some groceries for the week, and I filmed a grocery haul video, but I know people don't like those as much, so I don't know if I'll post it or not. But I went to Kroger and I spent $127.42. I'm gonna get reimbursed for half of this from my boyfriend once he gets paid again, but that is how much I spent for 2 people. On the 16th, my dog went to the vet, so I have a 3-month-old Shih Tzu named Cece, and she's getting her vaccinations, so the different rounds of vaccinations, and I don't know, I'm kind of tired of living in a big city because this cost right here, $265.13. She got vaccinations. They charged me $22 for a toenail trim. What am I, made of money? Like, I really don't have that much money. I think it was just kind of excessive, but the vaccinations were what they were. She had to get flea and tick. She has to get the things that she needs. So it is what it is, I guess. And if I want to shop around, which I don't because I like this vet, I don't want to put that much time into it. I just want to complain about it. I could probably find something cheaper, but I'm just not going to. Not gonna lie. And then on the 16th, we went to a coffee shop for $12.54. That came out of the dining out budget. I'm just covering the full expense of that. And by they, I mean me and my boyfriend. Really bad week for dining out. It was always going to be kind of rough because I knew that I was going to be going out at least twice because of the concerts, but I did not know that I was going to keep doing the rest of it, which I probably should have pulled back. But I did really well the week before, so I just didn't worry about it too much. So hopefully this following week or next week, I do a lot better with dining out. But I spent $20.70 at a cafe. I also spent $3 on parking. How exciting. And then my final expense is biggest expense for me personally for the week, and it's my cruise that I'm going on. So I'm going on a cruise next year. It's a musical themed cruise, or like a music themed cruise. So it's kind of like a festival on a tour, on a boat, a festival on a boat, but it is expensive. But I'm going with my mom, so I do have to make my second payment this week. So I just went ahead and did that now, and that was for $924.50. So, and there's another one of those payments in December. So it's just an expensive experience. I don't know if I'll do the same type of cruise again. It's something that my mom's been on a few different times. I know there's cheaper options, so I might in the future try cheaper cruises, but this is where we're at for now. So that cost me almost $1,000. So my total spending for the week, I don't even know what it was. Let's find out. I spent $2,791.50. So not ideal. Very much not ideal, especially since I probably need to start saving money if I end up doing what I want to do with my job situation, but more of that probably in a future video. Maybe I changed my mind a lot, so we'll see. But yeah, that is how this week has gone for me. So everyone hope and pray and plead and beg that next week is just a no spend week for me. Send me good vibes. I really need it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please like it, as it really helps out my channel. If you want to see more weekly spending reports, go ahead and subscribe and go ahead and subscribe, because that's the best way you're going to see these videos. But yeah, otherwise, I hope you all have a great week. Let me know how the past week went for you spending wise, or just in general. And otherwise, I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.